Okay, perfect. So, cool. So let's jump into the first unit. So we during the last week we basically discussed about all the points about
Last week?
not last week, week before last week. Sorry, yeah, when we had the last class, we went through the I just took you guys through the syllabus and all. So now, give me 1 second. Let's adjust this. Yeah, perfect. So now we jump into the first unit. So yes, this is all about primarily this is about theory, but let's make it interesting. I will show you guys some.
Wait a minute, sir.
Sorry.
Wait a minute, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure. Take your time. So, yeah. So we'll jump in and see what's in the main point. So, unit one, we talk about binary and online graphics. Okay. So it's a bit of a good topic because nowadays when it comes to online graphics and the content we use online, it's really important because mainly internet and websites and the speed of content. Okay, so when it comes to a website, we all know the loading speed critically matters, right? So everything, if you are trying to load something, you have to make sure that it loads really fast and accurately so that you can give a good user experience to the person who is using it, right? Okay, so here we learn about few specific points. So as you know, every start of every module we do have a certain set of key points, key objectives which we will be focusing on, right? So we will focus about vector graphics and how they are created. So we'll be talking about this term vector, and then we talk about bitmap images, and we talk about what are the properties of vectors and bitmap images, and the difference between them, what type of difference and what type of images these are, and also we'll be talking about vectors, and you should be able to know how to create a simple vector graphic as well. I will show you some interesting stuff to do this online so that you can use a website and try it out, right? And then we'll be talking about how images are being created based on pixels and how it's getting displayed as binary. Okay, let's jump in. So we have this point called vectors. Okay, so now here primarily the related topics will be related topics will be this is connecting into algorithms and programming up to a certain extent, and we'll be focusing on creating graphics for a specific targeted audience. So this is something which we talked about grade 7 Inspire Computing, where how to create images based on a specific target audience. Okay, and there are a few keywords. So we have 3 keywords primarily. We have the coordinates, we have the file size, and we have this keyword called geometric shapes. So geometric shapes are basically different types of shapes which we will be using to represent something in the structure, in the same structure, right? As well as we have this point called image quality, scaled up or scaled down, and the primary keyword is vector. So let's jump in and see. Okay, so what is a vector? What do you call a
type of image
Yes, it's a type of image, but it's
created on a computer using graphic design.
Yeah, but the idea behind a vector is it's a image which is
Simple dot to dot.
drawn dot to dot. Okay, let's take a game. When you take a game, in that games, we have that game on rendering basis, right? In the sense
Yes,
now,
sir.
when you have a character, when that character is moving from one place to the other, that renders each frame.
Yes, sir.
Right? So vectors is the same concept. So vectors are basically same as
Simple
a
dot
3D image.
images. Yeah.
Exactly.
Images can get this.
It's a simple dot image where we had the problem. Api mein, if you go back long time ago, like somewhere in 1980s or 1970s, when we had these games, we had a small issue. So these, to display a game, we had a certain set of pixels. Pixels කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. Okay. So when you go back long time ago, our TV screens were like extremely small. Okay. So
Black and white?
not, yeah, during the black and white age, or when we got the colored screens. So let me show you a quick example. So if I open up a old monitor, sorry, tab, see, so computers back in 1980s, most of the computers had a screen resolution of 320 by 200. Okay, so that means 320 pixels blocks this horizontal and vertically, right? 320, 200. That was it. Now these days we have like 4K and we have 8K monitors also. Right? 8K means 8,000 pixels. So now if you compare it with a new age screen, it's just a small, something like a small block like this. Okay, so we were not able to do that much of graphics on these. So what people did was, so you can't show an image on that type of a small pixel range. No? So what computer engineers, what they did was they went with vectors where you draw using pixels. Okay, so example is if you take Prince of Persia, 1989. Okay, if you take the old Prince of Persia, this was built on, this was back in 1989. Okay, let me show you this. So this was how the.
And it has Ultra HD.
What?
Now,
No, I didn't get you.
in this year, we have Ultra HD also.
Yes, we have Ultra HD also. Now, see all these animations. So they are like all blocks. See, all pixels. And since if you check this out, see his walk. See the character. It's all blocks. So this was.
It's like Minecraft.
It's like Minecraft, exactly. But in Minecraft, you can't see these lines, no? I mean, the blocks, no? It's like very, very seamless lines. But back in the day, we didn't had that much of resolution. See, even the flames are like pixels. See how it works. And see the movement. Okay, so that's what.
When we don't have any internet,
Yeah.
the dinosaurs game also like that.
Exactly, that's also like that. So that is the, so what happened was, now vectors are basically computer design points. So you draw one vector after the other. So that's how you get these motions, right? Okay, so when it comes to now, what I showed you was like how we use this to draw computer elements and animations. But on top of all these, we are talking about a bit different thing which is known as images. Okay, so yes, a vector is basically a type of image which you use the computer to create for, and now these images, you have a specific set of conditions. So number one is it has a starting point, it must have a starting point and an ending point. Okay, because this algorithm goes in a specific structure. So let's say if you are drawing a person, when the line is getting drawn, you have a starting point and you draw that person up to the top, and you have the ending point. And then you have the type of the line depending on the width or the type of the line, and then if there are any curves or angles, as well as you have a line and different types of fill colors, so that you can fill the line with different colors. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, so now real world examples. Now this is the one I just talked about. So these type of and animation games. Okay, so vectors are basically used by graphic artists in many industries, primarily 2D and 3D animation, and we use this from TVs to gaming and any type of games which was basically back in the day,
Like
not
this
now.
one?
Hold on, yeah, is that something you
Yes, I draw it.
you draw it on like by hand?
Yes, sir.
That's perfect. That's right. Taurate. Adi.
I have 2 books of it. This book is over.
Okay. Do you draw, like, do you do digital drawings?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. That's good.
My best drawing is this one. This.
Cool. Ah,
I'm a big fan of Godzilla.
perfect. Okay. That's nice. I really love the detail. Okay, so you need to get some.
My best one is this one. Wait.
That's also nice. Is there a possibility for you to buy something? I can show you this. So this is known as a graphic tablet. Okay. So it's a small size tablet. So you have a pen. You have this pen, and using the pen you can actually draw it. That's perfect. You can actually like do the same thing. You can use this pen, and on top of this,
How much is it?
this is not that expensive. I'm not sure the exact price, but I got it for, I think.
What is it called?
It's called HUION. Give me 1 second, I'll show it to you. It's called Huion. This is the one. Okay. So what I have is, so they do have different lot of okay, let's just check the price here. We'll search as a Huion Sri Lanka. Okay. It's on Daras. Now it's expensive. Now it's 20,000. This is what I have. This is the model I have. It's 20. Yeah, exactly. This is the model I have. Same thing. It has the 3 buttons on top. I got it for 17,000. Apparently now it's 20,900. But this.
I want the from my school professor.
Is it? Okay. You want me to send this link?
Okay, sir.
Shall I put it on the group?
Okay, sir. Or can you put it on WhatsApp group?
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
I
That's
just,
better.
yeah, Mandana, I just sent it on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sir.
Check this out. You can actually draw something. It's really good. It's really
Okay,
good.
sir.
That's great.
My dad have a very big tokens.
Bit what? Tokens?
I have lot of tokens. Because of that, I think I have some discount on it.
Daras tokens.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have this one as well. This also, apparently, it's the
Telex.
Cell X computers. They also have it. It's about 20,000. Same price, apparently. Same price.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But Daras get some delivery charges.
Yes, delivery charges are there. But then again, may just check and see, because it might be cheaper to buy it from Daras if you can buy it. And you can do a lot of stuff. I was just going to show you that. So it's easy to plug it in. You just need to plug it into your computer, and it detects as a pen drive, as a digital mouse, and then you can use any sort of a tool such as Adobe Photoshop or any online drawing tool, and you can
Graphic design.
Yes, you can use any sort of a graphic designing tool, and then you can draw on top of it. Okay, that's good. By the way, did you watch the Godzilla TV series?
Yes, sir.
Nice. I started watching it, but I couldn't complete. I watched
Which one, sir?
Godzilla. There was a TV series, right?
Shin Godzilla. They have a lot of.
No, the Monarch Legacy of Monsters. This one.
Wait a minute, sir.
This one. Monarch.
Okay, sir.
You watched it?
Legend of Monsters.
Legacy of Monsters.
Yeah. Legacy of Monsters.
I started watching it, but it's a bit of a background story about the whole Godzilla thing. Yes, so it's not the story, but it's a whole background of where Godzilla started and so and so. But it's good. Watch it and see.
Okay, sir.
Hari, okay. So perfect. So as I explained, so these were basically used back in the day for when it comes to creating games and all. But now we do use vectors for almost most of the web graphics we use. Okay, so when it comes to a sample vector, it's quite straightforward. So as I said, we have the x and the y axis, right? So all we need is to have the axis defined with a start position and an end position. So here you can see this graphic one, which is this blue line. Okay, so it's basically starting from x1, right? So it's starting from here, starting from x1, this point, and then show it like this. So it's basically starting from there, x1, and it ends at x2.
Y2.
No,
Y8.
x2, y8.
Yes.
So same thing. Now just assume that this is set of pixels. That's how it works. Are pixels take a capilla, it draws the line. So if you take a yellow if you take this triangle, that also the same thing. So the starting position is starting from here, which is x4, y3, and it goes up to x6 and y9, and comes down to again y8 and x3. Sorry, y8 and y3. Cool. It should be y8 and x3 ne?
Yes, sir.
Nah, hold on. මොකක්ද උනේ? x4 and y3 and it goes up to x6 and y9 and it comes down to x8 and y3. හරි.
Yes, sir.
මේක වැරදි නේ?
Yeah.
What is mentioned is wrong. It should be, so if it is y8 and y3 then it should be y8 ne? y8 and y3 එක දෙකක් තියෙන දෙයක් නැහැ. Okay, so we found a mistake. A printing mistake. That's good. Okay, and then so once this is done, we fill it with the color yellow. So then that's perfectly filled up. Same thing when it comes to scaling. Now the fun part is once you draw a single vector, okay. Now this is a simple vector x1, y1, x1, y1 and end at x2, y3, right? So this is a simple graphic yellow rectangle. So when you want to increase the size of it, it's really straightforward, where what you do is you just increase it by 2. So you expand the size. So you start at the main point and you basically increase it by 2%. So you multiply it by 2. If you want to make it four times, you basically get the same value and add 4. Right? It's quite straightforward. Now here this is getting so by so this thing is entirely multiplied by 4. So likewise you can scale graphics whenever you want, and the fun part is even when you scale it up and down, since it's getting rendered, the quality will be the same. 40 pixel එකකට ඇන්දත් එකයි ලොකු pixel එකකට ඇන්දත් එකයි. When you render it, you're keeping the quality as it is. Quality won't change. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. So, so we have a vector graphic creation part. Huh? So, let's jump into a quick practical one, and let's try this out. Okay, let me show you a nice way of doing this. Okay, hold on. Okay.
So what is the website?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I am just trying to. There were a couple of websites. I'm trying to find a free one. You have a Gmail account, right? A Google account?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Then it's perfectly fine. So we can take new project. We'll use this one. Let's create. Nice. Perfect. Okay. So let's open this up. Just search as Online SVG Maker, and you should get this link, SVGATOR, SVGator.
Okay.
Okay. And you can actually create an account using your Gmail account. I'm just trying to, let's see if this is. That one is good, this one, but I think you can actually easily use something like this also. See?
Okay.
Can you check this one? Check this one out, Tomin. moment. Leave. Oh, sorry. Yeah, shall we check this one out? Let me send you the link on Zoom.
The other ones?
Other one, it's okay, but I just felt that was a little bit complex, Maker. Did you log in?
What, sir?
I mean, did you log into this
Okay.
site? Oh,
Not yet.
okay. Then try this one. Try this one, Puta. I think this is easier.
Okay, sir.
Mediamodifier.com/svg editor. I sent it on the chat.
Okay, sir.
Okay, nice. That's it. I'll send it on the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. Now, perfect. So now here you can see. Now this is basically the vector graph. So what you can see here, this is the set of pixels. Okay. So if you increase it, automatically the pixel size will expand as well. Okay, see, you can change this and you can change the size. Okay, so let's try adding a shape. So you can go to shapes and let's just add a block. So like a simple square. Okay, now if you move the square, you can see that it has a particular size, and see the fun part. So even when you scale this, see the quality doesn't change, right? It's like any like all the edges are crystal clear. Okay, let me delete this and let's add another one. Let's try out this. Okay, so whenever we scale this, see the quality is perfectly the same thing. Nothing get blurred or no distortion happens, right? So here if I click on this and if we click on download, you can see you have an option called vector svg, okay, on the top right hand corner, and when you click on this one, it will basically download a file. Okay, this is
Yes, sir.
This is the file which will actually have the vector code. So if you open this file using a text editor, so in this case I'm using VS Code, Visual Studio Code, and here when I open this, you can see the details. So here this is basically part of the SVG file, and you can see the coordinates.
I don't have that system.
You don't have VS Code?
No, sir.
Okay. You can just open it up in a text, like use Notepad. You can open it on Notepad.
Okay.
And if you open it in Notepad, you can see the coordinates. See?
Yes, sir.
The x and y, and the width and the height, and here also you will have x and all the specific coordinates specifically mentioned. So this is how,
Yes, sir.
perfect. So this is how these details are getting saved, vectors are getting saved. So let's jump back to this thing. So you can see the same thing which we draw here is the way that is getting saved. Okay. Now I think in this editor, this SP Gator, you do have a pen option. See, you can actually create some vectors like this. You can get it
Yes,
done,
sir.
and then you can actually click on these and resize. Right? So it all works in a pixel structure, okay, and then if you click on you can click on export, and if you click on export, you can see on the top right side corner you have this SVG, and if you click on SVG, it will basically This will give you a download file. Let's open this up and see. So it's again an SVG, and if you open this, you should be able to see the code. Hari. Here you have the SVG, and menna තියෙනවා path එක. See?
Yes, sir.
This is the path. See, so it is basically using the same coordinates x and y, but it's going into very minute detail, 67.5542, something like that. So it will basically have the paths, and it will go. Yeah, that's it. So this has all the details in it, and that's how it's getting saved. So jumping back to this one. So now this is how you basically draw this. So let me jump out of the scene. Okay. So that's the way it's generated. So as you can see, so whenever we basically generate something, you do get the credentials. So in the exam, you guys obviously get these type of questions where you need to draw something like this, where depending on like going through a certain list of items, like a definition like this, and you have to draw it in a block where you can find the details. So it's quite easy. You just need to make sure that coordinates are in the correct point. Exactly, that's it. So අඳිනකොට පොඩ්ඩක් ගානට අඳින්න ඕනේ, otherwise it will be kind of stiff. දැන් මේකේ දැක්කද දැන් මෙතන see, these two points are connected using a straight line, right? That's because මේක බලන්න window එකේ it should be y8 and y8 and y6. So yeah, x8 y8 and x9 y6. See, so because of that, this is a straight line. But in the SVG file you just saw, there we had these points. So if we need to curve this, then it should be something like y6. Sorry.
2 or 3 points.
2 or 3 more points, exactly. So there has to be a point here, and there has to be another point here, so that it will be curved. Don't worry, we are not going to get those type of questions. I just want you to show.
Photoshop also we can do that.
Yes, Photoshop also you can do that. Yeah, but be careful in the Photoshop. It doesn't let you store as vectors. So Photoshop is always using the same bitmap criteria. So whatever it is being saved is saved as an image. But okay, since you know about Photoshop, what's the vector tool in Adobe? Similar to Photoshop, there's another tool which you use to draw vectors. මොකක්ද නම අහලා තියෙනවද? Okay, there's a tool called InDesign, Adobe InDesign. So just do a search and see. So now if you buy a graphic tablet, you would be using both Photoshop and InDesign, because let's say if you are trying to draw a logo or something, then you might use InDesign. But if you are trying to draw Godzilla, then obviously you will use Photoshop. That's the typical software stack you would be using. By the way, ID InDesign ID කියලා logo එකක් එන්නේ.
Okay, sir.
PS වගේ Photoshop වගේ you have a logo as a ID.
Red color one?
I think so.
And pink.
Red ටිකක් pinkish වගේ නේ. Yeah, red and
Yes.
pink. Yes.
Okay, sir.
InDesign is the one. So whatever you design in InDesign is created as a vector. මොකද මේ it's like this no. Now හිතන්න you get the requirement to create a logo for a company. then that logo should be scalable, ne? So you might print it on a visiting card, as well as if you're putting a big billboard, making a banner or a billboard, හිතන්න අපි මේ කොහෙ හරි පාරක් අයින ලොකු banner එකක් ගන්නවා කියලා, then that has to scale up, no? That's the thing. So that's why we need the vectors. So yeah, so we have again a real world example, a simple example which has multiple vectors in it. So it basically follows the same thing, but here you can see these now, since this is rounded items, so just check so let's see how the head is made of. So we have the x5, so it's starting from x5, y5, right? But here now a second, exactly, yes. So a third value is basically introduced, so that it will give you a radius. So here the R will basically introduce the radius factor, which will then say this has to be rounded. Okay, so that's how the radius point is there. Either you go with multiple points, multiple dots, and you get it. Otherwise, the option is you can use the radius. So in simple terms, this is the same radius. So you can see then after 5, it again goes up. So that's basically the head, and then you have the ears and the left ear and the right ear, and likewise. Okay, I hope it's clear, right? But and also just one more point. See now when it comes to the radius factor, the R, it can go as 0.52. So you get 0.5 R option as well. So let's say if the left black left eye. So here what it says is x3 and x and y and y6, yeah, and it has the R1, which is basically saying that it's a complete circle, likewise. Okay, so that's how you get the R cycle. So now, so using these coordinates, what we do is when it comes to designing stuff, let's say architectural designs or product designs, all these type of designing elements, we use these vectors because the reason is we can scale it according to whatever the requirement. And keep this in mind, the primary way of printing something is printing a vector. What we use is a plotter. Okay, so a plotter is similar to printing, sorry, I rephrase it. So the printing process of a plotter is similar to getting this XYZ coordinates. So what it does is it basically have a pen, like a real pen, and then what it does is the pen is loaded into the paper and it will basically follow the same XYZ coordinates and will draw it. Okay, have you seen a plotter? So let me quickly show you what's a plotter. Give me 1 second, I'll show you what a plotter is. Okay. Oops. So this is type of a plotter. Okay, so this is type of plotter. So in this plotter you have a small fixture where you basically fix a pen which is going to draw whatever the
The 3D machine?
no, this is a not yeah, no, this is not a 3D printer. This is
Like the 3D machine?
similar to the 3D
3D
machine.
printer?
Yes, yeah, similar to the 3D printer. So what this does is this basically gives you a method of connecting a like putting a paper and then you literally write something. So you have the font now, you have it, and you put a pen. See. This is a small
It's
example.
good for homework.
I was waiting until you said that. See ba, මේක දැක්කා අදින හැටි. So if you have a graphic tablet, you can actually draw it on your on Photoshop or something, and you can use the plotter to print it. එබා. And you can put anything. Then this is basically using a pen now, but without using a pen, you can put a pencil or anything. It's just a matter of passing the data. මේව තියෙනවා මෙහි ගන්න. I'm not sure whether how much is it. Maybe you know what people do use it a lot. So you get this. Okay, so this companies does this. So they basically like when you want to send a letter to somebody, you prefer it to be a handwritten note. If you prefer it to be a handwritten note, what you do is you write the original one, and then you put it into this printer, and this printer writes it for you.
And
What? See?
you can scan it.
Yes, you can scan and you can write it. So homework කරන්න බැරි වුණොත් ඕක දාලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. You can basically so nobody will ever know because you are using a pen to draw. Okay, so what you just saw was a simple example, but like this is a small one, but there are like huge plotters. Plotters means there are like plotters where it can print up to about 8 feet papers. 8 feet papers. So those type of plotters, how it does is the paper gets feeded from a paper roll, and the arm moves left and right on top of the paper, and it tries to draw whatever the
Just
content.
like the printers we are using to print.
Correct. Similar to the printers we are using to print. Yes.
My
But
father has lot of them.
printers, is it? Okay. What type of printers
Because
are?
my father do photography, no?
Is it? Okay.
My father do a shop.
Nice. Okay. So he must be having the photo printers, like the high-end
Yes,
ones.
sir.
High-end photo printers. Okay. Yes. Okay. Those are like complete different stuff. Like completely different from what we talk about plotters.
You can search on Google Netra Studio.
Netra Studio. Okay. Will do. Okay. Yeah, good to know. Good to know that. Perfect. So yes, so that's how the vectors are basically created, and that's why we need the vectors. Okay, so jumping into bitmaps. Now, this is the most common type of image which we are using in the internet, and when it comes to any type of content. So let me so before we jump into this one, I'll just tell you one more thing. Now, these vectors. So the fun part with vectors are you can draw a massive image using vectors, and still that will be a small text file. So the size of it, because it will have massive combinations in it, but the file size will be really small. And the fun part is you can scale. You can scale it as much as possible, and the file size will not change. But in example is, but when it comes to a bitmap, if you try to scale the image, then the file size will be massive. Massive means like it can go up to couple of, at least close to couple of hundred megabytes. Okay, so
It's like
sorry, I lost you there. What did you say?
just like 1 GB.
There can be,
Gigabyte.
yeah, there can be high quality images which has couple of million pixels, which can have that size, file size. Okay, so now jumping back to this. So what is a bitmap? A bitmap is again a simple file made up of dots or pixels, and each pixel can be a different color. Okay. Now vector, you can't do that. In a vector, if you want to draw with different colors, then you'll have to draw couple of thousand pixels, right? So we don't do that in vectors. Vectors, it will be simple colors. But in bitmaps, we have multiple pixels with multiple colors, which will end up giving you much more detail. Okay. Now here, the example you can see, this is a vector and this is a bitmap. Okay. So the vector is more into the cartoonish color scheme because, as you can see, it has a limited set of colors. But here, this is actually a photograph. So it has the actual set of colors, and you can see it in the proper way. Okay, you got the difference, right? So both represents a pineapple, but the thing is, one is having a different color palette, and the other one is completely having another complete different color palette compared to the other guy. Okay, so why do we need this? Primarily, obviously, when it comes to digital photographs and whatever the pictures which has been taken by a digital camera or scanned using a scanner will produce a bitmap, okay, as well as high quality game graphics. So when it comes to real time graphics, nowadays, now it's something different, totally different. So now the high quality graphics are entirely based on bitmaps. So each and every pixel is mapped and that's how you get the pixel quality, right? So have you seen how they map game game elements? දැකලා තියෙනවද කරන්න හැටි? I will show you something. There's a company called Quixel. Okay? Let's search Quixel. And yeah, there's a company called Quixel. So this is the guys. So they do have what they do is there's this concept called mega scans. Okay, so what they do is they literally go to places and scan. See how they do it. So these are all game graphics, not actual graphics. See, they have so many elements. See what you can do. If you really want to build a game, you can basically get their scans. So all these scans are actually specifically based on the pixel range, and see how far they have data and the details. And this allows literally for you to build environments. You can build as much as environments as you want. So all of these are basically based on the same bitmap theory. See how they scan it. So what they do is they use high precision cameras and they take pictures. Okay, so all these pictures are literally taken as bitmaps now, and after that they connect it together and they build scenes. So if you guys are interested in gaming, you should basically check this out. They are known as Quixel, Quixel, Quixel. So they do have massive lot of mega scans. like different types of scans and different types of so sample projects. Check this out. So this is real-time game graphics. So this is basically rendered real-time. So you can actually get this sample project and you can create a game on top of it. So all of these are based on bitmaps and image captures. It's actually not. I think I opened a very bad dark image. So check it out. Okay. So let me jump back. Hi. So that's how that's why and where we use these type of images with that particular quality. Okay. So what's the strategy? What's the structure behind this? These are the words you need to keep in mind. Okay. So
resolution
and the gradient okay, so please, if you you guys don't have to take that much of notes in this, but these points you have to highlight. If you have a highlighter, you can highlight in your book as well. So bitmap structure and terminology, yeah, so you do basically get these questions about asking what are the components or the primary parts of a bitmap. Okay. So primarily we have the terminology known as a pixel. So basically the pixel is the short for it's basically short for picture elements. Okay, so a pixel is a tiny colored square that make up an image. So that's a term. So either you need to write this down on your paper, on your book, or you can highlight this, because later on when we are going through, like when we are revising for an exam. Sorry?
Done highlighting.
Yeah, perfect. And then resolution is the second one. Resolution relates to the number of pixels within an image. So in that previous video which I showed you, it says something about mega scans. So mega scans means those are extremely high quality pictures which has high resolution. So that means high multiple pixels crammed in together. So the more details the image, the more higher the resolution that is required. Harry, okay, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between HD and Ultra HD?
The resolution is good.
Resolution is higher. Ultra HD, the resolution is higher. අපේ දෙකක් කෙනානේ. We have this thing called full HD. Full HD means we use the resolution as 1080 pixels. ඒ height එක හැම වෙලාවෙම අපි height එකෙන් කියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපේ එනවා ඔන්න Ultra HD. We also known which is also known as UHD. UHD කියන්නේ 4K. UHD කියන්නේ 4K. So now for the moment what we have is 4K, but then we have the higher resolution which is 8K. But sadly, I think even for us in Sri Lanka still we don't have 8K TVs. තියෙනවා. It's like so expensive. මම හිතන්නේ TV එක ගන්න ගන්නට වඩා කාර් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් චූටි.
We have laptop also.
Sorry?
We have laptop also.
Ultra HD.
8K.
You mean yes. 8K laptops are also there.
The price is very high. I asked the owner what is the price of that. He told me
should be couple of millions.
yes, 2 or 3 million.
Yeah, it should be. මොකද මේ I went to Singer some time back. I went to Singer about couple of months ago, and I saw an 8K TV. It was about 3 point something million. I was wondering who's going to buy that, but they do have it in Sri Lanka as well. But for that money, you can actually buy a car if you want. Okay, so now so I showed you the real world example for SVGs. So the vectors, which is the SVG file, and here for bitmaps, we do.
The price of dollars, they are $3,779.
$3,179. Okay, so that's about yeah, that's about a bit more than $1 million, I believe. $3,000 means about 1 million, close to something like that.
Yes.
So it's expensive. Yes, obviously. Yeah. So yes. So for the real world examples, so we do keep this in a particular type. So a file type, I mean. So primarily we have the file type called bitmap, BNP, and we have JPG, we have GIF, we have TIFF, T files, and PNG and PICT, PICT. Okay. So on top of all these, recently Google introduced an image type known as WebP, WEBP, WebP. So WebP is a new type of images which is basically optimized for browsers. So that's why Google Chrome and all these browsers are really fast now, and you see this images loaded in split seconds. Okay, so don't write that in your papers. WebP is something new, but just keep in mind that is also a file type now. So then we talk about the resolution and the image quality. So this is quite straightforward and easy to understand. So as you can see, two images, but one is blurred and one is not. So one has more details, other one has less details. So the idea is,
the resolution was lower than.
Resolution is what? Yes, lower than
The second picture.
Yes, and why? How do you?
Because of the pixels.
Exactly. So the idea is basically known as the concept is known as the pixels per inch, PPI. Okay, so that means if you take like technically if you take an inch out of this particular page, how many pixels are there? Okay, so that's the technical definition. So now you can see that there's a massive difference between these, right? Now when it comes to, I think the easiest,
because of the file size also their resolution is lower.
Exactly. So it's like this. So just think if each pixel contains a data point. හරි හිතමු අපි මෙහෙම හිතමු pixel එකක් එකයි කියලා ගන්නකො. Just think one pixel is 1. So then if you have 100,000 pixels, that means it will be 100,000, the number would be 100,000, right? If you have 20 pixels, then the number would be 20. But the image, the details in the image will drastically change because of the number of pixels in the image, right? So PPI, so the pixels per inch, that is one of the most important points when it comes to web graphics. So the default is having a 300 PPI quality, which you can see here. Okay, so but the problem is, see the difference. This is 10, this is 300. So these two are like completely night and day, because when it comes to 10 pixels per inch, it completely gets blurred. But the thing is, the file size plays a big role. So 10 pixels per inch means the file size drastically goes down. So that means it's going to be smaller. When it comes to real world examples, so when you compare gaming consoles with their technical specifications with so when it comes to gaming consoles, most of them has different capacities. Okay, so the latest PlayStation and all, you can actually go up to 8K, and you can play on resolutions which is up to 7680 by 4320 pixels. Okay, so that means you are technically controlling over 333 million pixels. Okay, resolution that has to get multiplied now. So how it works is, this particular thing automatically refreshes 333 million pixels at once. Okay, that's how you get all those smooth, seamless graphics. So it's actually quite interesting.
PlayStation will be blown up.
PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
PlayStation will be blown up.
No, the new PlayStation 5, it can go up to 8K. It can. It has the support.
They are releasing PlayStation 6 also.
PlayStation has ideally PlayStation has a cycle of 7 years. So PlayStation 4 came up in 2013, I believe. So I bought a PlayStation 4. No, I think 2012. I can't remember. I bought a PlayStation 4 back in 2013, and then only last year, in 2023, PlayStation 5 came after almost 10 years. So the repeat cycle is about 7 to 10 years. I still have a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I wanted to buy the PlayStation 5, but no time to play. Otherwise, I would have bought it. So yeah, and the PlayStation has a may make it our body point at I'll explain.
They are giving the releasing date at 2027.
That is what?
PlayStation 6.
PlayStation 6. Is it true?
Yes, they are giving. Will there be a PlayStation 6? Indeed, according into the last report.
Seriously? Oh yeah, no, the 4.
PlayStation will have a 2027 releasing date.
No, but
it says years.
Yeah, but it says Sony has not officially announced the PlayStation 6.
Yes, sir.
So it's not an official announcement, but according to rumors, yes, because there's a point. So okay, so this is something external, but anyway, since we are in the topic, I'll tell you. Nowadays the chips, the CPUs, there's kind of like a stagnation. Stagnation කියන්නේ upgrade වෙලා නැහැ කියන එක. කියන්නේ change වෙලා නැහැ කියන එක. That CPU performance has been stagnated for a long time now. So we came up to a certain extent. Now it's still being researched. So I think because of that reason, nobody wants to release a new version. Same as the Steam Deck. So I have a Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck CPU is still there. So the new version got released last year. So I bought the new version, but they are not going to release another version until about another 2 years. I don't know. That's how they say. Because the issue is that CPU, the graphic GPU and the CPU, that's not improved yet. So what we still have is almost the same performance. So example is there are new CPUs, but the performance jump is very less, about 5% again. So for 5%, having a completely new system is no point. Hope you got the point. Now, if you take something like Apple, when they move to a different generation, let's say they start from Apple M1 series to M2 series, when they move 1 to 2, it was a generational leap. So the speeds and everything bumped up at least about 30-40%. And when they bumped from 2 to 3, again that was a generational leap. But when it comes to gaming and the gaming CPUs, now it's kind of like stuck in a point. So even if you move to a new version, it's just a small upgrade. So that means for us, it's no point purchasing. Over that point again. Also, that's about the PlayStation and all. Now, this 33 million pixels. There's a problem. The VGA card inside these devices, they can't render 33 million pixels. They don't have the capacity to render it. So what do they do?
Don't know.
හිතලා බලන්න. නිකන් හිතලා බලන්න මොකද කරන්නේ? So what they do is this chip renders 4K. Okay, so 4K තමයි render කරන්නේ. But after that, during the output, it upscales. It upscales to 8K. Again, so just when you're doing if you're searching, just search and see PlayStation upscaling or PlayStation video upscaling. Then you might be able to find it. So how it actually does is, it basically takes the video and it upscales the video to a higher resolution. So ideally, you get the base resolution as 4K, and you multiply it into the 8K resolution. Okay, the issue is when you do that, problem is you get lost images, and sometimes the quality also get lost. So all the people are trying to invent high-end CPUs to process it. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, perfect. So now you know how a bitmap is made. Okay, let's do some comparisons and see what's the difference between these two primary points, right? Okay, similarities and differences. Now these are also key 4 items. Please do highlight them, because you would be using this. So you get these vectors and bitmap questions in A level also. In IAS ICT, you get this type of questions. So okay, so similarities and differences. Primarily, we have a massive difference because of the file size, right? So how much storage space will the image require? So if it is a bitmap, what type of a storage space? So how much space is required? And then the image quality. So what's the level of detail which is being shown, right? What type of, what's the level of detail which you need this to be shown? And then scaling. Can the image be increased or reduced in size so that the image is still recognizable? Like say size karahama, whether the image gets blurred or not, right? And the use of color. So how many colors can it display? So vectors, the color palettes are limited, right? Because it doesn't have individual pixels. No? Vectors has like drawn circles and items which has a single color. So when you need multiple actions or multiple pixels with different colors, then it's not going to work out. Okay, so let's check the comparison. So here, primarily criteria. Let's check the file size criteria. So the file size is, when it comes to vectors, obviously it's very small and very small compared to bitmap, and basically it's not size or resolution dependent, right? I mean the image is basically having a fixed size, and it doesn't change if the size or resolution changes. So basically the image is the same size as it is. But when it comes to bitmaps, bitmap size increases as the resolution increases. So size of the image and the number of colors also changes the file size. So basically whenever the file size is increased, as the resolution, size of the image and number of colors also increase at the same time. So as we saw earlier when I showed you this vector, so when we created the SVG file, I showed you that it contains some code in it, right? So that code, whenever you add more elements to it, that code gets increased, but that's it, right? So as long as how much you change the size will just stay as it is, but the file size will stay as it is, but the resolution you will be able to resize it as up to whatever the size you want. Okay, but bitmaps, it's different. Now, okay, so image quality. This is the primary reason we get to choose either vectors or bitmaps. So at any distance, size or magnification, a vector image will, a vector image will maintain the same level of quality as it is, but it is not suitable for high resolution realistic images. Yes, because yes, it will maintain the quality, obviously. But the problem is, if you want to have a high resolution image with realistic details, it's not suitable. You can, there are ways to convert. So if you search online, just do a Google search and see PNG to SVG or images to SVG. You can find couple of websites which does it. So you can actually upload a file and it will convert that file into an SVG. But it's not recommended because most of the time when it converts, it loses the details, because each and every pixel cannot be converted into a vector as we went through, because that has to go in that particular X, Y and R scheme. So it changes, okay? But bitmaps are ideal for showing high quality photos, as every pixel can display a different color. So that means you can have a wide array of high quality images with high precision graphics, right? So everything will be precisely displayed in the correct order, okay? So that's the main difference between these two. Okay, then scaling. So scaling, a vector can scale to any size, as we discussed before, and you can make it larger or you can make it smaller. It won't change. But images can be made smaller in size, but if you try to drag it and enlarge it or expand the size, then there will be a reduction in the image quality, because the pixels, there's a certain extent where you can pull those pixels up to, and once you pass a certain range of pulling that pixels, then it's going to fall apart. Okay, and then what it will do is it will basically pull the pixels together, so the quality will automatically go down. And then the last one is the use of color. So now in the vectors, we have lines, shapes and areas that can be set to any color, right? Lines, shapes and certain areas, right? So all these can be set to different colors. But you cannot create gradients. You can create gradients, but you can't easily create gradients. Gradients means, now let's say if we try to convert me into a SVG, now you guys can see my face has different colors in it, right? So the color is kind of like having multiple gradients. So here it's a different color, and depending on the light condition and depending on the picture and all sorts of angles, the colors changes. So that cannot be done in a vector, because like think if my face is getting converted to a vector, then these, like there will be a round and my eyes will be there and these shapes will be there, and for the skin and for my skin and the forehead and all, it would be just a simple area, right? So in that area you can define only one color. Then that means I am going to be kind of like a 2-3 color person. But when it comes to bitmaps can display millions of colors, since again small pixels. So you can actually take a picture like as it is, and then you can zoom in. So example is what I can show you now. Since if I take a picture from my camera right now, and if I do it like this, and if we check it out, you can literally zoom in. You can literally zoom into my, okay, let me take a picture. Let me take a different picture. Let's take a picture of my microphone. Okay, so here you can see it's having all the details. You can even see the fabric pattern, right? And then if I zoom in, see how far I can zoom in. See, you can even see the spaces between the fabric. Okay, so this is the maximum. So this is how bitmaps work. So all of these are different gradients, basically having the different colors in it, right? Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so any questions? All good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope the difference between these two are clear, and you get kind of like a good idea about how it works. Okay, so when it comes to graphic designers, so here this is someone drawing a picture. Okay, so when it comes to graphic designers, they use both. Now let's say if you are trying to draw a picture of Godzilla, then obviously you would be drawing it as a vector. So when you draw it, it will be created as a vector so that you can scale it up and down. But there is a point. Let's say if you want to create a full realistic design, I think I saw one of your designs, that eagle. So that eagle had a kind of like a gradient design, right? Like the feathers and feathers. So that type of a design you can't create on a vector. That obviously, for that you obviously need to have the like use a tool like Photoshop to, I think you'll have to turn off the blur. Yeah, so that has different colors, right? You have filled it up, right? Face.
Just by one pen.
Okay, but yeah, but there are like different gradients. No, man, I can't. Yeah. Okay. Now I can see it. Okay. So that's just single lines, right? All.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then obviously, then if you draw this on something like InDesign or any sort of a design tool, then yes.
But this one is very, very, very different.
Yeah, that one of course you can't draw that on a vector as a vector, because you have different colors in it now. So for that, obviously that has to be a bitmap, but the eagle can be drawn as a vector, so that you can resize it and you can do whatever the printing you want. That's simply a vector, straightforward. This is also a vector. You can try it out. Yes, you know. Nice. If you can
I
say.
draw this one by mistake. Wait a minute, sir.
If
I
you,
draw this one by a mistake.
okay.
But it is good.
Yeah, it's good. Why do you say it's a mistake?
I draw Godzilla,
Okay.
but it's turned out like the Ben 10's one.
No, but it
It's
looks.
called Urangamaha Yodha or something.
නෑ ඒක ලස්සන. ඒක එහෙම I don't.
And I am a big fan of Minecraft.
Minecraft. Nice. I used to play Minecraft, but not anymore. I didn't like it that much. It takes too much time to build stuff. That's the thing. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So now you know the difference between these two. So all these things, yeah, that's also nice. So even if you try to draw that one, it would be basically drawn as a bitmap. Sorry, that would be as a bitmap because that details has to be there. Okay, so
I have my pens also. There are a lot of pens.
Oops. So pencils, right? Pencils with different. What do you call it? Different
Chords.
What's the word for that? Different color codes, right? I mean the hardness codes, right? Okay. Yes, exactly. Okay, so then let's jump into real world scenario, real life scenarios. So yes, so if it is a logo, just keep this in mind. So if it is a logo, yes, then obviously that has to be, you have to be able to scale it, right? So that means it's going to be obviously that's going to be a SVG. And if you take the scenario 2, a fashion magazine, then the editor, what is that? Colors. This.
My color pen.
Color pens. Okay. How many colors do you have?
24 or 32.
Okay.
I never counted them.
Got it. Okay.
I have a little drawing book also.
So it's just something like a sketchbook.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is empty.
It's empty. Why?
Yeah, no, I draw it.
Okay.
It is not good as the other ones.
Okay.
This is the one I go to trips and draw something else.
Nice. Okay. Try to check for some tutorials on YouTube about sketching. So you can learn that sketch charts because that's a unique skill. That's a unique skill, and that's something specifically a certain set of people can do. So it's really good that you have that skill, but learn it more and try to learn the concepts of different sketching. That would be the best. Okay, let's quickly.
I designed a room for me.
You designed a room?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Haha, okay. Do you like to follow, get into architecture, designing stuff?
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's actually a good.
I I draw it from the pencil side, so it you.
Okay, that's cool. That's nice. That's really nice. So, if you really have an idea of getting into an architectural thing, that's good. Try it out. It will be a good path for you to follow. IT, knowing IT plus being an architect will basically give you a lot of exposure, and that's a. But at the same time, designing also that's a big task, and specifically, I'm not sure about the exact salary ranges, but when it comes to game designers and all, they get massive salaries, massive salaries, like compared to like couple of million a month, like salary. So that's a good trade to get yourself into. Anyway, okay, so let's wrap this up. So okay, so the points we just went through. So we have the scenarios. So primarily, scenario one is basically, you can see it's asking for a logo. So if you're creating a logo, as we discussed before, it's going to be a vector. Fashion magazine, obviously, images, so it would be portrait shots and so on and so forth. So that's obviously going to be printed items.
So I sent PDF
Nice.
of that.
Okay. Nice. Let me check that. Okay. So yeah. So fashion magazine, obviously that's going to be bitmaps, and animated character. So here it says this is online, kind of like a online cartoon series. Okay. So that means basically the style. So okay, so here may be careful. So in the exam also, you get these type of questions where you get a kind of like a small description like this, and it will ask you which type of a image can be used, either whether you can use a bitmap or a vector. So here, obviously for scenario 3, an animated character, obviously, since when you read it, it can be, sorry, when you look at it at the start, it can be a bitmap, but you have to slowly read it and see. So what it says is, a popular online animated series requires a brand new character. The style of the uh, series uses thick, strong lines and bright, vibrant backgrounds. Okay, this character will need to be edited and animated regularly. So obviously, since it's going to be a character which is required to animate, then obviously going forward with the vector would be the best option, right? And then we have a movie poster. So obviously a movie poster would be a bitmap, right? It's going to be an image, no? So image with multiple pixels, and it will end up being a bitmap. Okay, so yeah, so that's the idea behind the bitmap and the differences. Okay, then we jump into the interesting part. So now we learn about binary and pixels. Okay, so why this binary definition is there based on the pixels. So what do we learn? So we talk about the objectives, and the objectives is basically how to understand binaries being used to represent the pixels, and we need to demonstrate how to create a simple graphic using a binary sequence. Okay, so that's how it basically works. So let's see how it works. Now, we talk about this in year 7 as well. So all computer data is basically converted into binary, because that's how data is being read by a computer, right? So it's 1 and zeros. Simple theory, no? You should already know this. So when it comes to binary and pixels, the idea is something similar to this. So you have a simple black and white bitmap, something like this, okay, and with a low resolution So just think that it's a very low resolution image, right? So here, let's say if it is 4 pixels by 4 pixels, okay, it's a 4 by 4 block. And then if 1 pixel is black, we can call it as 1, okay. So if it does not have any data, then we can call
Sir,
it
you don't have
0.
any practicals?
In this thing,
Yes, sir.
no, you actually, we do have something to do with Word, Excel and all these database stuff, but that's it.
Sir, in grade 8 computer science, we
Yeah.
don't have any practicals to do.
In IGCSE you do, but in computer science, no. But we do some stuff with word processing and databases. So, but the exam actually matters. So, at your school do you get the so the
I don't go to
you don't go to school. Sorry, yes, I just sorry, my bad. But so depending on different schools, they do create papers, and some schools they do add a practical one as well. So it depends on the school exactly. So, but in IGCSE, obviously, we do have a long practical session because we have the second paper entirely based on practical, right? Okay, so did you get this idea, this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have the pixels defined like this. So here, so each pixel is set as 1 and zeros. So you can see the image is defined into this one. So now, in this case, we can actually call this a binary word. Okay, so when it comes to a binary word, what it shows is a collection of ones and zeros groups together for a purpose is known as a binary word. Okay, so for example, a simple bitmap image above would have the following binary word. Make 1001, oops, 1001, and then 0100, see 1001, 0100, and likewise. Okay, so likewise, this is how the binary sequence is created. So, real world examples, early computers, the typeface was actually created as bitmaps. Okay, now typeface kyanne, we actually learned that we learned it about this part in grade 7, I think. Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
we don't have any website to get familiar to that.
You mean to
Binary numbers, binary words.
binary words? Not exactly, because we are not using this particular binary graphics anymore. We do. There are some websites. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. We have websites to convert the image to binary, but let's see this one. Yeah, this works, ne? See, you can draw pixel art. Start drawing. Yeah, you can try this out, pixel art. See? New drawing. And hurry. Hi. Okay, see? 300 pixels by 300 pixels. I'll create a new one.
Wait a minute, sir.
So just search as pix.
My one is loading.
Okay, the domain is pixil art. pixil art. Pixel art.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Are you on the page?
Wait a minute.
Sure. Yeah.
Done, sir.
Okay. Now you can actually check. So see the pixel size. I will click on new, and see here it basically asks you for the pixel, the height and the width with the number of pixels, right? So
Yes,
let's use 50. Let's put 50 just to make it easier. Okay, nice. See, now we have a 50 by 50 canvas. Now we can draw something.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, and then where can we get the colors? So the reference. Okay, how can we? Yeah, preview, default. Yeah, you have a preview. And is there any way to download this? Let's see. Yeah, they do have colors as well, just by simple colors. So you can change the colors. And don't mind my drawings. Tools are there, colors are there, references. Can't we download this? Yeah, download is there. And let's see.
Sir?
Yeah.
I draw a nice one.
Go, show it to me then.
Sir, how did I show it?
Hold on. I think I need to give you permission. Okay, yeah, now you can share.
Wait a minute, sir.
Sure. Okay, yes. So you can see the pixels. Perfect. And you can use colors also. That's great. Post. Okay, all good, perfect. So, yeah, so using this one, we can actually convert anything into pixels. So, going back to this one. Okay, connection.
And we have...
You can draw a lot. But this pixel art is also kind of like an art, right? Because it's kind of like a retro art. Okay, let's quickly wrap this up so that we can finish up the theory. So few more points. Okay, so yeah, shall we? Can I stop your?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'll stop your sharing. Okay, perfect. So, okay, so now you just saw a real example how it works. So, simple binary images. So here you can see if you take this M, so this is again the binary code. So you can see if you take a look at the binary code itself, you can see how this how the M is drawn, right, like this. And then you have, when you convert it into a binary sequence, the binary sequence comes into a list like this. Okay, so that's how it works. And also we can go forward with high resolution graphics as well, something like this, or something similar to what you basically what you drew right now. So this also has a big high number of pixels in it, and it has different colors representing the particular point. Okay, so this is how you add the details. Binlaga, we just play around with that system and just find out if there is a way to export or save that as a binary file. I'm not sure. You can just try it out and see if it gives you an option to convert it. Okay, so that's how this actually works. So do you have a binary option to save? No, right? Nah, binary එකක් තිබුණේ නැහැ නේද?
Download.
Yeah, we had the download option. Yeah, we had the download.
PNG.
But PNG is
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's basically downloading PNGs, no? PNG is based on different qualities, but what we need is not a PNG. So hold on. Then මොකක්ද PNG එකක් කියන්නේ? What's a PNG now? A PNG is basically a bitmap, right? So we are trying to, so yes, what we need is a bitmap, but here in this case, this is going to convert it or compress it into a single file, and then it's going to give you the download option. So this is technically not the option, but just try to find it out. There might be different options to do it. Okay. So yeah, so that's the idea behind high resolution binary images, right? So now the point behind this is, I will just so we'll jump to this and we'll see how it works. So now what we saw right now was basically the binary numbers, right? So that was just black and white, and then every binary number was representing one highlighted block, right? So you had ones and zeros, and one represented a block, so it basically converted into two colors. But in this case, when we need more colors, when we need to add more colors to the pixels, then it becomes a bit different, right? So that means we need to come up with a color depth. We need to make sure that
24K.
Exactly. So there are different types of colors. Okay, so this is how it works. Now, if it is the bits, so we have a combination of number of bits per pixel and the number of possible colors. Bit එකක් කියන්නේ size එක, right? So the number of bits means the size it can basically save in the system, right? So what type of a size which you can save on your system itself. I'll stop the sharing, sorry. Okay, so now the concept is, now if you take one pixel, one bit, that means you can only go with two colors. So two colors would look like this. It's like basically black and white. It's the same thing we just saw now. අපි try කරේ one bit එකක්. So but the thing is, if you need colors, you need more bits, right? So now if you increase the number of bits, so if you increase the number of bits to 2, that means you get 4 possible colors. If you increase to 3, 8 possible colors, 4, 16, 5, 32, 6, 64, 7, 128, and 8, 256 possible range
Now
of
what
colors.
not there are 500. 500.
This will go up. This will go up. This can go up.
50.
Yeah, this can literally go up.
552.
Yes, this can literally go up. And but remember, like when the color depth or the color density, we call it the color depth. When the color depth goes up, automatically the pixel, the bits per pixel, the storage which is required also at the same time it goes up. So that means increases, exactly. So that means even if it is a small like a small image, the file size would be much higher. Right? So let me try to show you guys something, the picture which I just took. So if you get the information of it, you should be able to see.
Sir, do you have any Nintendo Gaming Boy?
I had a Game Boy original back when I was very young, back when I was schooling, back when I was grade 7. I had a original one, but after that, no. I used to play it for a long time until I think I played it for about 5-6 years, and then got the PC, so started playing PC games. Why you have one?
When it is releasing, their color was green.
Yes.
But now onwards they are getting the color as.
Yes, now the latest Nintendo Switch has a Ultra HD display with 120 Hertz and all. So it's really good. So I had this one.
Starting from 1989 now.
Correct. Yeah.
They had 2 bits.
Yes.
Only 2 bits.
Only 2 bits and
green.
Black and green. Yes. When I had this one. Okay, that is very bulky, very bulky. You had to put 4 batteries into it, and I had a magnifying Pentorch batteries, and I had a magnifying glass also, where you can fix it to the top, where the magnifying glass had 2 lights. So since this doesn't have a backlight, you can't play it in the dark. So the magnifying glass literally had 2 lights, so that the lights illuminate the screen, and you can play. You had the option of playing it in the dark. So it was quite interesting. I think I got this back in somewhere in 1995 or 1996. One of my one of my aunties came to Sri Lanka, and she bought me one with Batman, Nintendo, Bomberman, and couple of games.
Today I am logging with my gaming laptop.
Okay.
This is my first gaming laptop.
Okay.
I don't have much more laptops with me.
Okay.
This is the one I had.
Okay, that's nice.
I play Halo Infinity and Call of Duty Mobile.
Okay.
And Clash of Clans, NFS Heat.
NFS Heat.
This laptop.
Okay. I recently downloaded Forza Horizon. I need to play that. I still didn't get a chance to start the game.
5.
Forza Horizon, the new one. 5, right? I have no idea about the number. I downloaded the latest one.
The thing that called every vehicle has steering wheel?
No, I have a Steam Deck. I have.
You played with Collaboration from Steam Deck.
On the Steam Deck, yes. During the next class, I'll show it during the next class. I actually forgot to bring it today.
Okay, sir.
I need to bring it and show it to you. Okay, one last point. So yeah.
The vehicle thing is about 25,000.
Ambo, no, you have to buy the entire thing. No, I mean only the steering wheel is 25,000. But what about the rest? Yeah. So what about the rest?
Altogether, there are 1.3. කොහමරි මට එක ආවේ 1,00,000
එකයි ගානක් එනවා. Yeah. That's එකයි ගානක් වේ. But you so what
last price speaking.
Yeah. හැබැයි ඉතින් ඒක ගත්තට වැඩක් නැහැ. You need to have a nice display also, like ලොකු TV එකකුත් ඕනේ. ඒ ඔක්කොම ටිකේ වෙන්නේ.
3.5 million.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So for that amount, I think you can buy a car again.
Yeah.
An actual car.
You can buy a Tesla.
Yeah, so something similar to that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, one last point.
Oh, the review, BYD.
Yes. So one last point. Let's quickly wrap it up and then we can call it a day. So, okay. So now we went through the number of items. So this is the number of colors and this is the number of pixels which is going to go through it. So now we can see how the 2-bit graphics can be represented. So here you can see when it comes to the binary number, so since 2 bits we have only two literally 2 bits, 2 characters which we can handle, right? So if both are 0, 0, 0, that means obviously white, and if 1 is 0 and 1 is 1, that can be light gray. Okay, and then if the first one is, so that is 0, 1, and if it is 1, 0, then it's dark gray, and if it is 1, 1, then it's black. So using that particular color combination, you can easily bring something like this. So if you read the, so since this is coming from a 6 versus 6 grid, like if that's the way we are going to go through this, then you can see the representation would be something like this.
Did you watch the Sonic movie, the new one?
Yes, I watched it. I actually watched it during the weekend.
Where did you watch it?
I watched it online. I found it on a website where it was available and watched it. So it's good, but I'm not sure whether it's worth to go and watch it at a cinema itself, because it's...
No, it is 2D, no?
Is it? You don't have the 3D version? Okay, then no. Don't go. Then don't go. Just search online. Search.
I have it.
You have it. Okay. So, just...
I downloaded it on yesterday.
Okay. Don't tell any website names, please.
Okay, sir.
I don't want this video to get banned.
No, it doesn't the website.
No, I mean, don't tell the place you download, because
Okay, sir.
YouTube will basically ban this video otherwise. You're not supposed to promote those things. Okay, so yeah, so I hope you got the idea.
Yes,
so just to wrap this up, so now as you know, most of the modern computers and smartphones, we have a 24-bit display, so which is known as the true color. Okay, we remember this point, make a highlight karat kavanna. So this is the 24, so the idea is, so this panel is known as a 24-bit display. Yeah,
can you send me the PDF of this book? I only have the first part.
Okay, yeah, of course. I will send it through the chat. I will send it on the chat. You have some frames.
I have one.
Okay. Sure thing, no problem. Let me just drop you the file. You can just go through it. So now basically that's the 24-bit color. So that's what we know as 24-bit color. And since this has so many colors, it can literally go into 100 and how much is this? Almost 16.7 million colors. So that can basically, so that's why these new displays, they have so much crisp picture quality as well as they can display.
The iPhone 16 or iPhone
No,
40?
this is a 15 Pro. 15. 15 Pro, but 15 Pro and 16 Pro doesn't have that much of a difference. So I didn't had any reason to upgrade this year. So yeah, so that's how
Apple just releasing the phones closer than before.
Yeah, and the thing is, those phones are like not, let's say, not that much of a
improvement.
Yeah, they don't have that much of an improvement, so it doesn't kind of give you the reason to upgrade. If you get my point, that's the thing. Okay, so let's wrap it up at this point, so we can start the next session starting from digital image properties. Okay, so we actually got somebody connected halfway through. Sesandi, hi.
Yes, I called at the evening. I had an extra class, so I
got it. No problem.
was able to join to this class.
Sure, no problem. So you are in the WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I will be uploading this video in a while. So just give it couple of. I think I'll. So it will take me couple of hours to upload this. But once it's uploaded, I will share the link on the group, so you can refer to the link. And yes, so we started it today. So we are basically going slow. So you can go through it. And Cecilia, can I know where do you school?
I am in Leeds International School in Martha.
Leeds. Oh, nice. Okay. So where are you guys at currently at the moment with the units? Which unit are you going through?
We are not doing this book, but like this book is there for us.
Is it similar?
Yeah, this is.
Okay, because this is Inspire Computing is the official Edexcel book, but are you guys doing the keyboard?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is another variant as well. So the keyboard is actually another different variant, which is kind of like a variant from an Indian background. So almost the books are similar. So I hope you will find some similarities between these two. But then again, we'll be covering up the same thing. So super. So go through the videos and you can you can refer to what we have done. So then thanks. Binloka, any questions?
So can you send me the PDF of that book?
I will put the PDF on the chat right now. Just wait until we finish the class and I'll send it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Nice. So yeah, Binloka, hope you don't have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hari? Okay then. Super. Then thanks a lot. Catch you guys next week.
Sir, I make the Google
Collab bigger. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I
The-
reset all.
Okay.
And I do it again.
Nice. Perfect. Start. Correct again. It's interesting, right? Python.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll do some interesting stuff in the class because I will use both. So Python is anyway in your subject, no, but I will use JavaScript here and there as well because JavaScript is kind of easy, right? Arakada Python වලට තේරුම් ගන්න ලේසිනේ. That's it. මම ඒ දෙකම මේ mix එකේ කරන්නම් so that for the exam obviously you will be using Python, but to explain simple stuff and complex stuff I will be using both. So learn both like seriously learn both the languages, but give more priority to Python because end of the day you would be writing your exam in Python. We'll start from there, and you can also share it. මාත් එක්ක share කරන්න පුළුවන්. I will give you. I'll put my email address on the chat. So I'll put it. Sir. I'll put it right now itself. ඔයාට පුළුවන් gmail.com. Okay, I just sent it. I just set my email address on the chat. So you can උඩ right hand side top corner button උඩ තියෙන දකුණු පැත්තේ button එකේ share press කරලා from there you can share your collab document with me, and you just need to give the email address, and just like that I can see your coding as well. So මාත් එක්ක share කරන්න, then ask me all the questions you have. I will help you out.
Okay, sir.
Hari. Super. Then we'll catch back on during the next class.
Okay,
Hari?
sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, guys. See you. Good night. Good night.